judging wrong people
ṣíṣèdájọ́ àwọn ẹni tí ò yẹ ó ṣèdájọ́
this year,
ní ọdún yìí,
or preventing wrong person in my journey this year.
dídí àwọn ẹni tí ò yẹ kó darapọ̀ mọ́ mi nírìn àjò mi lọ́dún yìí.
The background is this: that life is a journey,
Pé ayé yìí ìrìn àjò ni,
whether from cradle to grave.
bóyá láti kékeré títí dé ibojì,
It is a journey.
ìrìn àjò ni.
Life is a journey,
Ayé yìí jẹ́ ìrìn àjò,
whether with favor or discouragement.
bóyá pẹ̀lú ojúrere ni àbí pẹ̀lú ìdáyàfò.
Life is a journey,
Ayé yìí jẹ́ ìrìn àjò,
whether with success, disappointment, or failure.
bóyá pẹ̀lú àṣeyọrí ni o, bóyá pẹ̀lú ìkùnà àbí ìjákulẹ̀.
Life is a journey,
Ayé yìí jẹ́ ìrìn àjò,
whether with the commitment, with the confusion, or with the contact, or with the connection.
bóyá pẹ̀lú ìfaranijì ni o, bóyá pẹ̀lú ohunkóhun
So
ìbáyìí.
life is a journey.
Ìrìn àjò yìí jẹ́ ìrìn àjò.
And once a journey is not established,
Bí a ò bá dẹ̀ fi ìdí ìrìn àjò múlẹ̀,
the story is not known.
ìsàn yẹn la ò ní mọ̀.
So if 2024 is a year with a beginning,
Bó bá jẹ́ 2024 jẹ́ ọdún ìbẹ̀rẹ̀,
and December will be the end.
tí December dẹ̀ jẹ́ òpin ẹ̀,
So from the starting point
láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀
to that end
títí dé òpin yẹn,
is loaded with events
ó kún fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ohun tó
that
ṣẹlẹ̀
are yet to be known or seen.
tí àti rí àti èyí tá àti mọ̀.
If that is the case,
Tó bá jẹ́ bó ṣe rí nìyẹn,
then we need now to be a little bit intentional
a gbúdọ̀ wá mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ báyìí ṣe àwọn kan
about how this year will go.
nípa bí ọdún yìí ó ṣe lọ.
There are people you will meet
Àwọn kan wà tó máa pàdé
that will stand as destiny
tí
helpers,
wọ́n máa dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùrànlọ́wọ́ àyànmọ́
who will promote positive events.
tó máa mú kí àwọn rere kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí
Then
ọ,
it will make the year to be a glorious year.
tó máa jẹ́ kí ọdún náà jẹ́ ọdún ológo.
And at times,
Nígbà míì,
there are certain people
àwọn kan dẹ̀ tún wà
you wish you will never meet in life,
tó máa sọ pé o ò tiẹ̀ fẹ́ pàdé irú àwọn ẹ̀dá bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ láé,
because they may tamper with the glory of that year.
torí wọ́n lè fọwọ́ kan ògo ọdún náà.
That is the reason why I particularly select this topic.
Torí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe mú àkórí yìí
That wrong people,
pé àwọn èèyàn tó lòdì,
evil people,
àwọn ẹni bí,
wickedness,
àwọn ìkà,
deceitful people,
àwọn ẹlẹ́tàn,
hypocritical people,
àwọn alágàbàgebè.
they will not find their way this year into your life.
Wọn ò ní rọ́nà wọ ayé rẹ lọ́dún yìí, àmín.
And I want you to flow with me.
Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká jọ lọ bákan
In
náà.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 37.
Nínú ìwé Ẹ́xódù orí kejìlá ẹsẹ̀
Exodus
kẹtàdínlógójì.
chapter 12, verse 37.
Ẹ́xódù orí kejìlá.
The Bible says,
Bíbélì wí pé
and the Lord gave them favor.
Ọlọ́run sì fún wọn ní ojú rere.
The Lord gave them favor
Ọlọ́run fún wọn ní ojú
in
rere
the sight of the Egyptians.
ní ojú àwọn ará Íjíbítì.
And the children of
Àwọn
Israel,
ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì
they journey.
wọ́n rìnrìn àjò.
Look at where I picked that journey 2025 from. A
2025.
journey
Wọ́n rìnrìn àjò.
from Ramses to Sukkot, which simply means, don't worry. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Sukkot, about 600,000 on foot that were men beside children. Look at verse 38.
Wá wo ẹsẹ̀ kejì ní.
And a mixed multitude went up also with them.
Ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn sì darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn bá wọn
That
lọ.
is my first emphasis.
Ohun tí mo kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ yànnà náà ni
As they were going,
Bí wọ́n
as
ṣe
they
ń lọ,
were journeying,
bí wọ́n ṣe rìnrìn àjò.
they did not go alone.
Wọn ò dá lọ o.
One went up with them
Ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn bá wọn lọ.
was not meant to go with them.
Àwọn tí ò yẹ kó bá wọn lọ bá wọn rìn.
It simply means in our journey in life,
Ó túmọ̀ sí pé ìrìn àjò wa nínú ayé yìí.
certain power, certain people,
Àwọn
certain
agbára
forces
kan, àwọn ipá kan
must not go up with
kò yẹ kó bá
us.
wa gòkè lọ.
It is God demonstrated his power.
Ọlọ́run fi agbára rẹ̀ hàn.
God demonstrated his presence.
Ọlọ́run ó fi ìwàláàyè rẹ̀ hàn.
But what destroyed them was within them.
Ohun tó pa wọ́n run wá wà nù wọn.
It wasn't as if God was weak.
Kì í ṣe pé Ọlọ́run jẹ́ aláìlera.
It wasn't as if God was
Kì í
powerless.
ṣe pé Ọlọ́run lágbára.
But what did not allow these people to secure the land
Ohun tí ò jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn rí ilẹ̀ náà
was
gbà.
just because something went up with them.
Nǹkan kan ló bá wọn rìnrìn àjò.
Certain people went up with
Àwọn
them.
kan bá wọn gòkè.
So this is why I am saying that in 2025,
Mo ṣe sọ pé ní 2025
as you journey,
bó ṣe rìnrìn àjò,
wrong people
àwọn èèyàn tí ò dá.
will not journey with
Wọn ò
you.
ní bá ẹ rìnrìn àjò. Àmín.
And in trying to break down this mixed multitude,
Ìgbà tá a fẹ́ sọ nípa àwọn ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn wọ̀nyí,
I said
mo wí pé
the reason why they were being tolerated
ìdí tá a ṣe fàyè gbà wọ́n,
could be divided into three parts.
òun la máa pín sí mẹ́ta.
Number one,
Àkọ́kọ́,
they might possibly be be Egyptians that married Israelites.
ó lè jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ íjíbítì tó fẹ́ àwọn ọmọ ísírẹ́lì.
So you get what I'm trying to
ṣé o
say?
mọ tí mò ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀?
And as a result,
nítorí náà
they became part Israelite, part Egyptian.
wọ́n jẹ́ ìdajì íjíbítì ìdajì
So they
ísírẹ́lì.
were not completely Israelites.
wọn kì í ṣe àwọn ísírẹ́lì ní pápátá.
So they became mixed multitude.
wọ́n wá di ọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ ènìyàn.
Number two,
ìkejì
it's not unlikely that nice people,
kì í ṣe pé àwọn èèyàn tí ò dá.
àwọn Egypt tán nice sí Israelites.
The Egyptians that were nice to the Israelites,
Nígbà tí áńgẹ́lì tó fẹ́ pa wọ́n,
when the angel that want to kill them,
àwọn Israelite kan wá lọ mú ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn, wọ́n wá lọ fi sí lintel
we
yẹn.
took the blood to go and put it on their little.
Whether accidentally
bóyá wọ́n ṣàṣìṣe fi
or
síbẹ̀
deliberately
àbí wọ́n mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fi síbẹ̀
or out of friendship
àbí nítorí pé
or
ìdọ́rẹ̀
out of being nice.
àbí nítorí pé wọ́n dára sí wọn.
And Israelite just said,
Israeli come
ẹ
pé
jẹ́ kí n fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ yìí sí ara
let me put
lintel.
this blood on their lintel.
So when they saw how they escaped death,
nígbà tí wọ́n ní bọ́ ṣe sálà kúrò nínú ikú,
Egypt became a bore to them.
àwọn íjíbítì ó wá di
Ó sú wọn.
okay.
Ilẹ̀ Egypt yẹn ò nítumọ̀ sí wọn
The
mọ́.
Egyptian was meaningless to them again.
So wọ́n wá join
They
Israelites.
now
in the
joined the Israelites.
Or
àbí
Egyptians who saw the power of God in Israel, 10 signs, 10 wonders, who possibly went up to Pharaoh to cry and to say,
àwọn ará íjíbítì torí ìyanu tí
there
Ọlọ́run
is
ṣe
God with these people.
wípé Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn wọ̀nyí o.
So it's not unlikely
kò ń ṣe pé bóyá
that they were touched in their hearts
ó kàn wọ́n pọ̀npọ̀n nínú ọkàn wọn.
and they decided to follow them.
wọ́n pinnu pé àwọn máa tẹ̀lé wọn.
There could be 3 grounds
ó lè jẹ́ ọ̀nà bíi mẹ́ta.
or 3 reasons
ó lè jẹ́ ìdí mẹ́ta kan
why
wà
mixed multitude
tí ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ ènìyàn
decided to follow them.
pinnu láti tẹ̀lé wọn.
But the underlying fact is this:
kọ̀ọ̀yàn tó jẹ́ òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀ ni
they
pé
were not pure or original Israelites.
wọn jẹ́ ojúlówó ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì.
Because they never saw Egyptian lashes. They never worked for Pharaoh.
wọn
They
ṣiṣẹ́ fún
never
Fáráò.
built for Ramses.
wọn
They
kọ́lé fún
never
wọn.
saw the affliction.
wọn rí ìdálóró
They
yẹn.
enjoyed Egypt to a level.
wọ́n gbádùn íjíbítì ní ìpele
So
kan.
they were not absolutely totally circumcised in their hearts.
a ò tí ì kọ́ wọn nílà ní ọkàn wọn.
So they followed them.
wọ́n bá tẹ̀lé wọn.
So in the book of Numbers now, 13.
nínú ìwé Númérì orí kẹtàlá.
Don't worry, I'm just calling it because I want to be fast. Numbers 11:5.
ìwé náà.
Numbers
Númérì orí karùn-ún.
So, and the mixed multitude that was among them
àwọn ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ ènìyàn tó
fell
bá
and
wọn.
lost him.
wọ́n fẹ́
They
láti
fell and
ṣèfẹ́kúfẹ́.
lost him.
wọ́n ṣèfẹ́kúfẹ́.
And children of Israel also wept again.
àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì náà tún
Who
lọ.
shall give us flesh to eat?
wọ́n ní ta ni ó fún wa ní
So
ẹran
the
jẹ.
mixed multitude that went with them,
ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn tó tẹ̀lé wọn lọ.
the problem will not show up initially in January.
ìṣòro yẹn lè má farahàn ní January.
Because the devil will want people to get to the middle of the journey before he will strike.
torí Sátánì á fẹ́ kí wọ́n dé àárín ọ̀nà kó tó dá wọn lóró.
Wrong people may not show up in February.
àwọn ènìyàn búburú lè má bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní
Wrong people
January.
may not show up in March.
wọ́n lè má farahàn lóṣù kẹta.
At the beginning of the race,
ní ìgbà tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀
you
ìrìn
might
àjò.
not be able to select, identify, or isolate them.
o lè má lè dá wọn mọ̀ àbí kò yára ẹ
So
sọ́tọ̀ kúrò
when they
lọ́dọ̀
got
wọn.
to the middle of the journey,
nígbà tí wọ́n dé àárín ọ̀nà.
after the division of the Red Sea,
nígbà tí wọ́n ti pín òkun níyà.
seeing that it will be difficult for them to go back,
nítorí kó ti nira fún wọn láti padà báyìí.
they now remembered the kind of Egypt they were
wọ́n wá rántí irú íjíbítì táwọn wà.
and the kind of food they were eating,
àti irú oúnjẹ tó ń jẹ níbẹ̀.
and they missed it. The MISSED. They
ok
missed
wọ́n
it.
pàdánù ẹ̀.
So they fell and lost him.
wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe ìfẹ́kúfẹ̀ẹ́.
And as they were crying,
bí wọ́n ṣe wá ń ké.
the Bible says, and Israel also wept.
Ísírẹ́lì náà sì tún sọkún pẹ̀lú wọn.
And Israel also wept.
Ísírẹ́lì sọkún.
I am going somewhere
ibì kan ni mò ń lọ o.
so that our fathers will know how to roll the prayer very
kí
well.
bàbá wa bá lè mọ bó ṣe máa pa àwọn àdúrà yẹn.
What is happening now?
ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn.
That the error they fell into
àṣìṣe tí wọ́n ṣubú
came
sínú ẹ̀.
from the wrong people that journeyed with them.
ó wá látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn tó bá wọn rìnrìn àjò tó yẹ
But
kó bá
when you
wọn.
now come to Nehemiah,
nígbà tó ń dé
Nehemiah chapter 13 verse 7,
Nehemiah orí kẹta
now
ẹsẹ̀
it
kejì.
came to pass
ó sì ṣe.
when they had heard the law that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. So Nehemiah understood
Nehemiah òyeyè
that at a point,
pé ní kòríta kan
if this journey will be
tí
successful,
ìrìn àjò bá máa ṣàṣeyọrí.
we have to separate the mixed multitude
wọ́n
from
ní
the
láti
original
yára
Israel.
wọn sọ́tọ̀ kúrò láàárín
So
àwọn
how
ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀
were
ènìyàn
they
sí
able
ojúlówó
to
Ísírẹ́lì.
identify the mixed multitude?
báwo ni wọ́n ṣe dá àwọn ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ ènìyàn mọ̀
It
ẹ́ mọ̀.
simply possibly means
ó túmọ̀ sí pé
they were never original Israel.
wọn kì í ṣe ojúlówó ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì.
What I'm saying is this,
ohun tí mò ń sọ rèé.
that in life,
nínú ayé yìí
most error
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àṣìṣe
maritally
nípa ti
most
ìgbéyàwó
mirror,
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àṣe
even in business.
nínú òkòwò
They could possibly come from those you claim or call best friends.
ó lè wá látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn tó pè ní ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀
Who, why
tímọ́tímọ́
they prostrate?
tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n
Ìgbà tó ń
dọ̀bálẹ̀
dọ̀bálẹ̀, they
when they were
actually
prostrating,
standing.
wọ́n dìde
They
dúró
are
ṣọ́ṣọ́ ni o
actually standing.
wọ́n dìde nínú ọkàn wọn
They
sì
are
wọ́n dọ̀bálẹ̀
actually standing.
wọ́n dìde ni o nígbà
They
tó dọ̀bálẹ̀
really never meant well.
wọn ò fẹ́ rere fún ọ tẹ́lẹ̀
And when I'm talking about wrong people,
tí bá sọ nípa àwọn èèyàn tó lòdì
I will use my time to identify them a bit.
màá wá ṣàlàyé ìyànnàná wọn
Jonah is an example
Jónà jẹ́ ìkan nínú wọn
who entered boat,
tó wọnú ọkọ̀ ojú omi
and everything in that boat
ohun gbogbo nínú ọkọ̀ ojú omi yẹn
became a ghost. Everything in that boat
gbogbo nǹkan tó
was
bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú
wasted.
ọkọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ náà sọnù
It might be the old prophet and the young prophet.
ó lè jẹ́ wòlíì àgbà àti kékeré
The young prophet delivered a mighty miracle.
wòlíì kékeré ṣe ìyanu ńlá
The old prophet destroyed it.
wòlíì àgbà dẹ̀
It
parun
might also be Ahab and Jehoshaphat.
ó lè jẹ́ Áábù àti Jèhóṣáfátì
Ahab said,
Áábù wípé
"Come with me
ẹ tọ̀
and
mí wá
battle
kẹ́ wá bá mi jà
the battle that is not yours."
ogun tí ì ṣe tiẹ̀
Why do you want to join somewhere else?
kí ló dé tó máa lọ darapọ̀ mọ́
Someone
ẹlòmíì
carrying the judgment of death.
ẹni tó gbé ìdájọ́ ikú
Why
rù
do you want to identify with that person
kí ló dé
to
tó
go
máa
to war?
darapọ̀ mọ́ irú ẹ̀dá bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sójú ogun
Wrong people,
àwọn
wrong
èèyàn tó
person, wrong
lòdì
guy.
tí
They
ò
are
dá
wrong pagans, wrong people.
èròǹgbà
So
tí ò dá
it might also be Jonadab and Amnon.
ó lè jẹ́ Jónádàbù àti
They
Ámnọ́nù
were best friends.
ọ̀rẹ́ tímọ́tímọ́ ni
But
wọ́n
Jonadab counseled Amnon
Jónádàbù wá gba Ámnọ́nù ní
to
ìyànjú
sleep with his own
ní
sister.
pé kó bá ọmọ bàbá rẹ̀ sùn
Wrong people,
àwọn èèyàn tó burú
wrong people,
àwọn èèyàn tí ò dá
wicked people,
àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́
deceitful
ìkà
people,
àwọn ẹlẹ́tàn
hypocritical people.
àwọn alágàbàgebè
They can be like Abraham and Lot.
wọ́n lè dàbí Ábúráhámù àti
People
Lọ́ọ̀tì
you helped,
ẹ̀yin tó
people
ràn
you
lọ́wọ́
promoted,
ẹni tó gbéga
people you picked out of bondage,
ẹni tó mú kúrò nínú
people you
ìgbèkùn
settled,
àwọn tó yanjú
people
ọ̀rọ̀
you
wọn
gave job,
àwọn tó fún níṣẹ́
people you've sponsored in school,
àwọn tó gbé tó
people
rán lọ
you
léèwé
paid their school fees.
àwọn tó sanwó iléèwé wọn
But they really never wanted you to leave the dry land that you were.
wọn ò wá fẹ́ kó kúrò ní ilẹ̀ gbígbẹ
That
tí wọ́n wà
select the desert.
wọ́n fẹ́ kó wà láginjù síbẹ̀
Even though
bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé
Abraham was not yet fruitful,
Ábúráhámù bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé kò tí ì bímọ
and this one had given birth to a baby,
eléyìí dẹ̀ ti bí àwọn ọmọ
he still was not considerate.
kò dẹ̀ tún bójú wò ó
He still was not showing mercy.
kò tiẹ̀ fàánú hàn
He called Abraham father,
ó pe Ábúráhámù ní bàbá
but in attitude,
ṣùgbọ́n nínú ìhùwàsí
in
rẹ̀
action,
nínú
in
ìgbésẹ̀
choice.
nínú ìhò tó yàn
To hell with you if you want to die, let them
tó o
die.
bá fẹ́ kó o lè kú o kò tiẹ̀ bìkítà
They are people.
wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn èèyàn
There must be separation at times.
àwọn èèyàn tí ìyapa gbọdọ̀
The
wà
Bible says
Bíbélì wípé,
when Lot
nígbà tí Lọ́ọ̀tì
was separated from
nígbà
Abraham,
tó kúrò lọ́dọ̀ Ábúráhámù
then God called him.
ìgbà náà lọ Ọlọ́run pé
But there
Ábúráhámù
are times
ìgbà míì wà
the voice of God may not be clear
ohùn Olúwa lè mọ yìí ẹ
because wrong
kétékété
people are coming as a shadow.
nítorí
They are
àwọn
coming
ẹni tó
as
lòdì
a
wọ́n wà
veil.
bí òjìji wọ́n
They are not
dàbí
allowing
ìbòjú
you to hear
wọn ò jẹ́
God.
kó o gbọ́ ohùn Olúwa
At times,
ìgbà míì
it can be like Absalom and
wọ́n
Ahithophel.
lè dàbí Absalomu àti
I'm
Ahithophel
trying to scripturally portray wrong people
tí mò ń fọ àwọn tí ò dá hàn
that
wọ́n
they
nínú
are
Bíbélì
being since inception
tó ti wà láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀
and they are still not changing. It
tí
has still
wọ́n lè
not
yí
changed.
padà wọn tí kò tí ì yí padà síbẹ̀
How
náà.
friendly is Absalom and Ahithophel?
báwo ni Absalomu àti Ahithophel ṣe jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ tímọ́tímọ́ sí
Because Ahithophel was a good friend of David,
òun Ahithophel jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ tímọ́tímọ́ sí Dáfídì
which means
Ó túmọ̀ sí pé-
Ahithophel must have been 20 to 30 years older than Absalom.
Ahithophel láti jọ bí ọdún sí ọgbọ̀n ọdún
So
ju
what is the
Absalom.
glory in it?
kí wá ní ògo tó ń bẹnu ẹ̀
When you are joining someone you could give birth to or
tó
can give birth to.
darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹni tí o lè bí
That is how you know wicked people.
bí wàá ṣe mọ àwọn ìka ènìyàn
That
nìyẹn
is
o
how you know destructive people.
báwo ni wàá ṣe mọ àwọn
Then
èèyàn
what do
apanirun
you think they will do?
kí ló wá rò pé wọ́n máa ṣe
From these things that I have said,
láti nǹkan tí mo ti sọ yìí
I always have 10 things you can see from this place.
mo ní mẹ́wàá tó lè rí níbí
That number one,
àkọ́kọ́
they will create distraction.
wọn ò ní jẹ́ kó ní ìfojúsùn
When wrong people, when they come into your life,
nígbà tí àwọn èèyàn tó lòdì bá wá nú ayé
they
rẹ̀
will distract you.
wọ́n máa gbójú ẹ kúrò nínú tó yẹ kó
They
fojú sí
will distract you.
wọ́n á gbójú ẹ kúrò nínú tó yẹ kó
They
máa wò
will break your focus.
wọn ò ní jẹ́ kó ní
They will
ìfojúsùn
destroy your plan.
wọ́n máa ba ìpinnu rẹ
They
jẹ́
will confuse your purpose.
wọ́n á sọ gbogbo ìpinnu rẹ
They
di
will
dáadáa
abolish your destiny.
wọn ò ní jẹ́ káyàn mọ́ ẹ̀ ó ní
When
ìmúṣẹ
wrong people,
tí àwọn èèyàn tó lòdì àwọn èèyàn tó lòdì
when they enter into someone's life,
tó bá wọnú ayé ènìyàn
they will stop the journey
wọ́n máa dá ìrìn àjò
or
dúró
they will create setback
àbí kí wọ́n máa mú
or they will
ìfàsẹ́yìn bá
make you to stand stagnant.
àbí kí wọ́n wá dẹ́ ẹ dúró sójú kan
They might derail you.
wọ́n tiẹ̀ lè ṣì ẹ́ lọ́nà
or they even delay you.
wọ́n tiẹ̀ lè dá ẹ dúró.
They might even make you to settle for temporal things.
wọ́n lè mú kó o máa wo nǹkan tí ò ní bá
They
ẹ pẹ́
tell
títí.
you have tried.
wọ́n ló ti gbìyànjú.
You have tried.
ó ti gbìyànjú.
Some people have not even taken anything.
àwọn kò tiẹ̀ tí gbé gbèsè tí wọ́n gbé.
Yoruba people will say,
àwọn Yorùbá wí pé
ẹni tó bá ní ọmọ òun ò lè mú go. I don't know how they call the name ẹ pé kò náà mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
if you say your
Have you
child
heard
cannot be
that
brought to
proverb
them,
before?
pick up a knife.
All I'm saying is this.
ohun tí mò ń wí rèé.
They will tell you
wọ́n sọ fún ẹ pé
you don't need to go far.
o ò nílò láti rìn jìnnà.
They will tell you
wọ́n á wí fún ẹ pé
others have not even done anything.
ẹlòmíì ò tiẹ̀ tí ì ṣe nǹkan kan.
They will speak to you
wọ́n bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀.
that you have achieved enough.
ipò èyí tó ti rí
At
kójọ
times
náà
they
ti
tell
tó.
you to take it easy.
wọ́n lè ní kó rọra
At
ṣe.
times they tell you to relax.
gbà mí wọ́n á ní o lọ sí
They
iná.
might speak gently,
wọ́n bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́jẹ́.
comfortably
wọ́n á sọ̀rọ̀ ìtùnú
to achieve their demonic goal.
láti mú ète búburú
And
wọn
they can
ṣẹ.
be so harsh.
wọ́n lè
They
lera.
can be so rude.
wọ́n lè jẹ́
They can be
aláìbọ̀lá
so
fún ni.
aggressive.
wọ́n lè jẹ́ ẹni
They
tó
can be so
níwà wúwo.
violent.
wọ́n lè jẹ́ àwọn
If
onípá.
that will make them to achieve
tó
their
bá jẹ́
goal.
pé tó máa ṣe tá a fi mú ohun tó fẹ́ ṣe ṣe nìyẹn.
Look at what can happen again.
wá tún wo tó lè
They
ṣe.
might include you in corporal divine judgment.
wọ́n lè fi ẹ́ sínú ìdájọ́ tí wọ́n jọ
That was what
fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ṣe.
happened in Israel.
ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní
That
Ísírẹ́lì.
was what happened in the wilderness.
ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láginjù nìyẹn.
They were the one crying.
àwọn ló ń ké.
But when the judgment came,
ìgbà tí ìdájọ́ dé
I am telling you, they were all wiped off.
gbogbo wọn la parun.
At times, they will discourage you.
ìgbà míì wọ́n máa ṣe é darí.
Like Sanballat and Tobiah.
gẹ́gẹ́ bí Sanballat àti
They
Tóbíà.
discourage them.
wọn ò
They
jẹ́
say
kí
you
wọ́n ní
can't
ìmọ̀kàn.
build. You don't have the power to build.
ẹ ní
You
agbára láti
don't
kọ́.
have the energy to
ẹ
build.
ní ipá ẹ
You
lágbára
don't
láti
even
kọ́.
have the money to build.
ẹ tiẹ̀ wá lówó tẹ́ fi kọ́.
They can discourage people.
wọ́n lè mú kéèyàn
12
kúrò lọ́jọ́
spies
yìí.
were sent to Israel.
àwọn amí 12 la rán.
10 out of 12
àwọn 10 nínú 12
came to bring evil report.
wọ́n mú ìròyìn búburú wá.
Wrong people will bring evil reports.
àwọn èèyàn búburú máa mú ìròyìn búburú
They
wá.
have seen the land.
wọ́n ti rí ilẹ̀ náà.
You have not seen it.
ìwọ ò tí ì débẹ̀.
They have evidence.
wọ́n ní àmì tí wọ́n fi.
You don't have it.
ìwọ ò ní
It
tó lè
means they
tọ́ka sí.
have substantial evidence to create enough confusion for you not to go again.
wọ́n ní tí wọ́n máa fi sọ fún ẹ pé o ò tiẹ̀ lè lọ bẹ̀ rárá.
Because their reasons are not based on assumption.
torí ohun tí wọ́n sọ yẹn kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n kàn ronú
They
sọ.
were strategic.
wọ́n ní àwọn àgbékalẹ̀.
They were well versed.
wọ́n jẹ́ tí wọ́n gbé
They
kalẹ̀ lọ́nà
were
tí wọ́n ti lò.
intelligent.
wọ́n jẹ́ ọlọ́gbọ́n.
They were knowledgeable.
wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn tó ní
They
ìmọ̀.
were smart,
wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn tó jáfáfá.
rich,
wọ́n lọ́rọ̀.
connected,
wọ́n lásopọ̀.
intact,
wọ́n wà ní
in
wọ́n dúró
touch,
déédéé.
in charge,
nínú wọ́n
in
wà ní ìkáwọ́.
control,
wọ́n jẹ́ ẹni
not
tó ṣèkáwọ́.
confused, not demented,
kì í ṣe pé wọ́n
not
lọ́pọlọ.
depressed.
kì í ṣe pé wọ́n ní
They
ìdáyàwó.
have been there.
wọ́n ti débẹ̀.
They brought the fruit of
wọ́n
the
mú èso
place.
ibẹ̀ náà wá.
So they could describe what others could not
wọ́n
see.
lè ṣàpèjúwe táyọ̀ mi ò rí.
We got there.
wọ́n débẹ̀.
This is the result.
èsì rẹ̀
We got there.
wọ́n débẹ̀.
But we saw what you did not send us.
a rí ohun tẹ́ ẹ̀ rán wa
We
o.
saw giants.
a rí àwọn òmìrán.
We saw the sons of Anak.
a rí àwọn ọmọ
We
Ánákì.
saw chariots of
a
iron.
rí àwọn
We saw
kẹ̀kẹ́ iná.
fenced wall to
a
heaven.
rí ògiri tí wọ́n mọ
Fenced
dókè.
wall to heaven.
a rí àwọn
All
ògiri tí wọ́n
of
mọ
us
dọ́run.
plus everybody, including all of you.
gbé gbogbo yín.
We were like grasshoppers.
ṣé ládàá bí
before them.
ẹlẹ́ngàá.
He's a lie.
irọ́ dẹ̀ ni.
He's a lie.
irọ́ ni.
Even that land
ilẹ̀ gan-an.
hits the inhabitants.
wọ́n ló tiẹ̀ máa ń jẹ àwọn tó ń gbé
Then
ibẹ̀.
how did you meet people there?
báwo lẹ ti wá bá àwọn èèyàn ń bẹ̀.
They will come with evil reports
wọ́n á mú ìròyìn búburú wá.
because they want to stop you.
torí wọ́n fẹ́ dá yín
They
dúró.
don't want the year to be the year expected. The
wọn ò
year
fẹ́ kí ọdún náà
planned,
jẹ́
year
ọdún tó
desired,
re
the
tó
year
retí tó
mapped
lérò
out, the year
èyí tó ti
outlined.
ṣètò ẹ̀ tó ti pinnu fún.
They will come
wọ́n máa wá.
and they will bring evil
wọ́n á
reports.
wá mú ìròyìn búburú wá.
And they have negative counsel.
wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ìmọ̀ràn búburú.
Counsel like Jonadab
ìmọ̀ràn
counsel.
bíi ti Jónádánù.
Counsel like Ahithophel
ìmọ̀ràn bíi ti
counsel.
Àhítófẹ́lì.
Counsel that could depress.
ìmọ̀ràn tó máa mú kọ́kàn ẹ̀
Counsel that
lọlẹ̀.
will ultimately lead to death.
tó tẹ̀lé mú ikú dání.
They have it.
wọ́n ní ìmọ̀ràn
And
bẹ́ẹ̀.
because you believe in their experience,
torí kò gbàgbọ́ nínú ìrírí
you will
wọn.
do so.
wàá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ahithophel had been cancelled, David,
Àhítófẹ́lì tó ti ń gba
and it
Dáfídì
has
nímọ̀
never failed.
tí ò kùnà rí.
Do you think Absalom will doubt that?
ṣó o rò pé Absalom yóò wá ṣe
This
iyèméjì.
is my father's ultimate powerful counselor.
ìpè onímọ̀ràn bàbá mi tímọ́tímọ́.
Anything he has been saying in time past,
ohun gbogbo tó ti ń sọ tẹ́lẹ̀.
it has never
kò
failed.
kùnà rí.
It has been like God himself was
ṣe ló ń
talking.
dàbí Ọlọ́run ló ń
As
sọ̀rọ̀.
far as Absalom was concerned,
ohun tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀
he
tí
was
Absalom
having
ròyìn.
the best man in his
ó
cabinet
ti rí ọkùnrin tó dára jùlọ
and
nínú
also a
cabinet.
minor to David's
pé
troop.
eléyìí dẹ̀ ti yọ kúrò lọ́dọ̀ Dáfídì.
And when he gave a counsel,
nígbà tó wá gbà á
he
nímọ̀ràn.
said, enter enter and sleep with your father's wives.
ó ní lọ kó lọ bá ìyàwó bàbá ẹ̀
And
sùn.
those who saw it
àwọn tó wá rí
will through know you abhorred your father's throne,
wàá mọ̀ pé o ti
and
gba iṣẹ́ bàbá
Israel
rẹ̀.
will come unto you.
àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì ó dẹ̀ máa
And as
tẹ̀lé
he
ọ lẹ́yìn.
gave that counsel,
bó dẹ̀ ṣe fún nímọ̀ràn
he
yẹn
went further
ó tún tẹ̀síwájú
to actualize it.
láti mú iṣẹ́.
And so,
Bẹ́ẹ̀
as he said,
bó ṣe
it
rí,
was.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ló hàn lórí.
So the next counsel will be positive.
ìmọ̀ràn
He
tó
will
máa
not
sọ
even think about it.
Tó bá
He
tẹ̀ jẹ́
will
tó
not
dá-
change
kò
it.
ní yí padà.
People that want to speak to you,
àwọn tó bá fẹ́
people
bẹ̀
that
sọ̀rọ̀
want to counsel
àwọn tó bá fẹ́
you,
gbà ẹ́ nímọ̀ràn
they will tell you
wọ́n máa sọ fún ẹ
they
pé
have reference point.
wípé wọ́n ní nǹkan
They
tó lè
will
tọ́ka
tell
sí.
you
wọ́n á sọ fún
they
ẹ
had outstanding results.
wọ́n ní àwọn
They
èsì tó
will even
dángájá.
say,
Wọ́n á
the
tẹ̀lé
last
pé
one that I told you, did it fail? The
Tó
last one
kùnà.
that I told you,
Èyí tí mo sọ
did
fún ẹ,
you not get it?
ṣé ò wá
Yeah,
rí
why
bẹ́ẹ̀?
don't you want to trust
kí ló
this
dé tó
one?
wà ní
They
gbẹ́kẹ̀lé
say it with assertion. They say it with all their
Wọ́n á
strength.
sọ pẹ̀lú
They say it
ìdánilójú.
with all passion.
Wọ́n á
They
sọ
say
pẹ̀lú-
it with aggression.
wọ́n á sọ pẹ̀lú agbára.
Paul, when King Agrippa was talking,
nígbà tí Agrippa
and Paul gave an outstanding
tí
speech,
Paul wá sọ̀rọ̀
and Paul stood up
tí Paul dìde
and he said, "Oh, King Agrippa,
ó ní
I'm
ọba
not
Agrippa
disobedient to heavenly vision."
èmi ò ṣe
Paul
aláìgbọràn sí
delivered
àṣẹ
a
ọ̀run.
message that was outstandingly
Ọlọ́run fún
brilliant.
ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó
King
lágbára.
Agrippa said,
Agrippa wá pé
"Oh, Paul,
Paul
oh, Paul,
Paul
you are besides yourself. Too much knowledge
o ti fi
has
ọgbọ́n
made you mad.
ọgbọ́n àgbọ́njù ó ti mú ẹja wẹ̀ ló mú ẹ sí mí.
Orí ẹ ti wá dàrú.
You are not
There are
insane.
people with too much knowledge
àwọn kan wà tó ní
that
òye
you
jù.
cannot set aside their
o ò
counsel.
lè fi ìmọ̀ràn wọn
If God
sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan
does not help you,
tí Ọlọ́run bá
you
ràn lọ́wọ́.
cannot discern what is right and
o ò
what is
ní
evil
lè
when they are
dámọ̀
talking.
ohun tó dáa àti èyí
And
tí ò dámọ̀
Paul
tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀.
said,
Paul wí pé
after an outstanding speech,
nígbà tó ti
the
sọ̀rọ̀ tó
Bible
dángájá
says,
Bíbélì wípé
right from the throne,
láti orí ìtẹ́
Agrippa stood up.
Agrippa
Right
dìde.
from the throne,
Láti orí ìtẹ́.
Felix stood up.
Ó dìde.
Right from the throne,
Láti orí ìtẹ́.
Festus stood up.
Festus
Right
dìde.
from the throne,
Láti orí ìtẹ́.
the jury and the people, they
Gbogbo
all
àwọn Júù,
stood up.
wọ́n
At
dìde
an
dúró.
outstanding, powerful, dangerous revelational
Wọ́n wá ní
message.
ìran tó lágbára.
It was too hard for any one of them to sit on
ó
their seat.
lágbára fún wọn tó bẹ́ẹ̀ tó wọn lè
And
jókòó mọ́.
Paul was in bond.
Paul
And Paul said, I am fully persuaded
Paul ní ó dá
that
mi lójú
all of you should be like me
pé gbogbo yín kẹ́
and
bí èmi
believe like me,
kẹ́ gbàgbọ́ bí èmi
except for this bond.
àbí bí n ṣe ẹni.
The only
òde
thing I
yìí,
don't want to be in your hand
ohun tí mi ò fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ
is chain. It's the chain that I have.
òun ní ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ yẹn.
I really don't want any one of you to have this chain.
èmi ò fẹ́ kẹ́nikẹ́ni nínú yín ká
The Bible
àdéhìí.
says on the spot,
ó ní lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀.
Agrippa said,
Agrippa wí
break the chain
ó yẹ já
and
àdìsá
set
yìí
Paul free.
kó dẹ̀ tú Paul sílẹ̀.
There are men like that,
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wà bẹ́ẹ̀
so articulate,
tí wọ́n jẹ́ tó lè sọ̀rọ̀
that after their counsel,
lẹ́yìn tó bá ti gbà wọ́n nímọ̀ràn
it will be, when you get to the end,
tó bá wá dópin ọ̀rọ̀ náà
you will detect confusion.
wàá wá rí rúdurùdu ń bẹ̀.
How do you know these wrong people?
báwo ni wàá ṣe dá àwọn
That
èèyàn
is
búburú
what
yìí
I'm
mọ̀.
trying to say.
ohun tí mo fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn.
They seek relevance by getting involved in your life.
wọ́n máa fẹ́ súnmọ́ ẹ wọ́n á fẹ́ kó o dá wọn mọ̀ kó o fi wọ́n kún
They
ayé
want
ẹ.
to take praise over your life.
wọ́n fẹ́ gba àkóso lórí ayé ẹ.
They want to say, àwa la sọ fún ẹ.
we are the one that told you.
Ṣé wọ́n lè dìde ni?
can you arise by yourself?
Àwa la gbé ọ dìde.
we lifted you up.
They are busybodies.
wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn tèyí sọ̀hún.
They are busybodies.
wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn tó ń ṣèyí
I'm
sọ̀hún.
saying this because so that you will know what to separate from you and what you should separate from.
mò ń sọ eléyìí kò lè mọ àwọn tó máa yàgò fún àwọn tó máa yàgò fún ẹ
In this year
ní
2025.
ọdún 2025 yìí.
Because success is not an accidental discharge.
torí àṣeyọrí kì í kàn ṣe tó déédéé wà.
It is an incidental occurrence.
ohun tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni tó ti tọ ìpele kan kó tó
They
débẹ̀.
are busybodies.
wọ́n jẹ́ oníṣèyí sọ̀hún.
They use vain words.
wọ́n máa lo àwọn
Ọ̀rọ̀ asán.
ọ̀rọ̀ asán
To collect from you useful words.
láti gba nǹkan kan tó dára lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
They exactly are like Judas in the morning with Jesus.
wọ́n dàbí Júdásì nínú ìrìnàjò
But
Jésù.
in the night,
ṣùgbọ́n lóru
they stay with people that will kill him.
wọ́n máa dúró ti àwọn tó máa pa wọ́n.
How do you know them?
báwo ló ṣe máa dá wọn mọ̀.
There are 5 ways to identify Jonah.
ọ̀nà 5 tó lè fi dájọ́ náà mọ̀ rèé o.
And my pastor will come and pray.
olùṣọ́ àgùntàn mi á wá gbàdúrà.
And it's a good example to identify who you should separate yourself
ó
from
dẹ̀ jẹ́ àpẹẹrẹ tó máa fi mọ ẹ tó máa yàgò fún
and who should not go with you.
tí ò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ bá ẹ lọ.
Number 1,
àkọ́kọ́
Jonah was sent to Nineveh,
Jónà la rán lọ sí Nínéfè
but Jonah decided to go to Tarshish.
ṣùgbọ́n Jónà pinnu láti lọ sí Táṣíṣì.
Those that will confuse you.
àwọn tó máa yí ẹ lọ́kàn padà.
Number 1,
àkọ́kọ́
they are in a wrong destination.
wọ́n wà ní ìrìn àjò tó lòdì.
Wọn ò lọ bí tẹ̀yìn ń lọ.
they are not going to where you are going to.
Àyàbá ni wọ́n.
they are just passing by.
Wọ́n ṣe ọkọ̀ wọ̀ ni.
they enter a wrong vehicle.
wọ́n ṣe ọ̀nà rìn ni.
They have gone a wrong way.
Nínéfè ló yẹ kán lọ.
They ought to go to Nineveh.
Táṣíṣì ni wọ́n wá.
They are going towards Tarshish.
One way to identify wrong people
Ọ̀nà tí wàá fi dá àwọn èèyàn tí ò dá mọ̀
from their voice and their nature,
láti ìwà wọn àti
you will
nínú
know that
wọn.
your destination is different.
Wàá mọ̀ pé ibi tí ẹjọ́ ń lọ yàtọ̀ síra
That
yín.
is the first way to identify.
Ó ní ọ̀nà àkọ́kọ́ tí wàá fi dá wọn mọ̀.
Number 2,
Ìkejì,
they are not external attack.
kò ń ṣe ìdojúkọ àtìtawá.
They might not be external stranger.
Ó lè má jẹ́ àjòjì láti tà.
They might even be knowing people speaking strange voices.
Wọ́n tiẹ̀ lè máa dá àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ohun tó burú.
Because if Jonah did not identify, enter, sit, and did not sleep in the boat,
Tí Jónà bá mọ òpin ìrírí tó lọ sùn sí yẹn,
the wind might not rise. Ẹni máa pa ìjì wọnú ayé
the
ẹ,
one that will bring storm into your
ó
life,
lè máa jẹ́ ọ̀nà jìnjìn ló wà.
it may not be in a far place.
Are you following what I'm
Ṣé ẹ̀
saying?
ń tẹ̀lé tí mò ń sọ?
The mixed multitude was in their midst.
Àwọn ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn wà lára wọn, wọ́n wà láàrin wọn.
Jehoshaphat and Ahab, they were kings.
Jehoṣafati àti Ahabu wọ́n jọba.
Jonadab and Amnon were best friends.
Jonadabu àti Amnon ọ̀rẹ́ tímọ́tímọ́ ni wọ́n.
The old prophet and the new prophets were both prophets.
Wòlíì kékeré àti wòlíì àgbà wọ́n jẹ́
Yes.
jẹ́ wòlíì.
You can hardly say no to them.
O ò lè ṣe rárá sí wọn.
Abraham and Lot, they were relatives. They were
Abraham àti
they were
Lọ́ọ̀tì wọ́n
from
jẹ́
there.
ìbátan.
So how do you say this one will hurt? How do you say
Báwo ni wàá ṣe ṣe
this
lè
one
máa
is
pa
a
ilé
wrong people?
lára pé èèyàn
That is
búburú ni?
number 2. They don't operate from outside.
Kì í ṣètànà tí ń ṣiṣẹ́.
Number 3,
Ìkẹta,
they don't have anything to do with whatever things you are doing.
wọn ò ní nǹkan kan ṣe pẹ̀lú tí wọ́n ń ṣe.
Because Jonah did not buy shoe.
Jónà ò ra bàtà,
Jonah did not buy any cloth.
kò ráṣọ kankan.
Jonah was in the business boat, but he had no business.
Ó wà nínú bóòtì tí àwọn èèyàn lọ
Ó nìkan ni
ṣòkòwò
ó ra
ṣùgbọ́n
kankan, ó nìkan ni ó ra
the
kankan
one that is
nínú
not having any property there.
gbogbo ẹni tó ra nǹkan ló dẹ̀ fọ́ gbọ́ntán nínú.
Ew, and not the people that bought things, he wasted their resources.
That the person that is a wrong person has nothing to do. He
Ẹni
has,
búburú
he
kò ní
has
kankan ṣe.
nothing to lose.
Kò sí nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ pàdánù.
But you have everything to lose.
Ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́
So
pàdánù.
one must be exceptionally careful.
O gbọ́dọ̀
One
kíyèsára
must be
gidigidi.
extremely
O
careful.
gbọ́dọ̀
You
kíyèsára.
must be conscious of the life you live.
O gbọ́dọ̀
You
mọ̀ọ́mọ̀
must
mọ ìgbé ayé
also
tó ń
be
gbé.
conscious of the people with you.
Mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ mọ àwọn tó ń bẹ láyìíká rẹ̀.
I'm not talking about witch hunting. I'm not talking about labeling people.
Mi ì sọ pé kó o máa fi
I'm
àpèlé búburú
talking
lé àwọn
that
ẹlòmíì.
in this journey,
Ṣùgbọ́n nínú ìrìn àjò yìí,
in this journey,
nínú ìrìn àjò yìí,
sincerity is not enough.
kò
At
kàn ṣe
times,
pé
the simple are called fools.
àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe déédéé wọ́n máa pè wọ́n ní òpè ènìyàn.
When you are too simple,
Tó o bá ti jẹ́ ẹni tó nírẹ̀lẹ̀ jù tó.
gullible. Are you following what I'm trying to
Ṣé
say?
ohun tí mò ń sọ yìí ẹ?
Jonah did not use gun.
Jónà kò lo ìbọn,
Jonah did not use knife.
kò lo ọ̀bẹ,
There was no dispute.
kò sí èdè àìyedè,
There was no strife.
kò sí ìjà láàrin wọn,
There was no misunderstanding.
kò sí
As a
àyíká
matter
ìlànà.
of fact, Jonah went to sleep.
Jónà tiẹ̀ lọ sùn ní,
But his sleep
ṣùgbọ́n oorun rẹ̀
brought destruction.
ó mú ìparun dé
So
bá wọn.
I'm saying to you that it is not because you want to suspect anybody,
Kì í sọ pé o fẹ́ fura sẹ́nikẹ́ni.
but you should understand a counsel that will be destructive in future.
Òye gbọ́dọ̀ yẹ ìgbaninímọ̀ràn tó máa ba ọjọ́ ọ̀la rẹ
That
jẹ́.
is my friend. What you are counseling me with is not scriptural.
Ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ìmọ̀ràn tó ń fún mi yìí kò bá Bíbélì lọ.
So not all cases are from witches.
Kì í ṣe gbogbo ọ̀ràn náà ló tọwọ́ àjẹ́ wà.
There are nice people,
Àwọn èèyàn kan wà tó ń da,
nice in interest,
wọ́n ń da, wọ́n ní
nice in simplicity,
wọ́n ṣe
nice in
wọ́n jẹ́ onírẹ̀lẹ̀
appearance.
ní bíbó
but
ìrìwò
do
wọn.
not know God enough to tell you the way to go and what to do.
Wọn ò mọ̀ ọ̀nà Ọlọ́run tó tí wọ́n
But
fi
if you fall
fọkàn
upon
wọ́n.
the experiences of their lives
Tó bá wá tẹ̀lé
and you are
ìrírí
taking
wọn,
approval from that sense,
tó dẹ̀ ń gba ìfọwọ́sí wọn,
they might be wrong people.
ó lè jẹ́ àwọn èèyàn búburú o.
Because Jonah was not fighting anybody
Jónà ò bẹ́nikẹ́ni jà,
and things were happening.
kọ́dẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀,
One day ń ju ẹrù tí wọ́n sómi.
and they were throwing up their resources
Kò
into
dẹ̀
the
bá
sea,
wọn jà.
and he's not fighting with them.
Kò dẹ̀ ní kankan sínú.
He didn't have anything in mind against them.
Revelational gift
Ó jẹ́ ẹ̀bùn ìfihàn
that brought Jonah out.
ló jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ pé Jónà ni.
That there are certain evil people,
Àwọn ẹni bí kan wà,
wrong people,
àwọn èèyàn kan wà tí ò dá.
that it will take a revelation from God
Ó máa ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìfihàn Ọlọ́run
to fish them out.
láti fi wọ́n hàn.
Because they are hiding.
Torí wọ́n fara sí,
They are hiding.
wọ́n fara pamọ́ ni.
And they brought him out. They said, call upon your God. Call
wọ́n
upon
ní
your
ké
God.
pe
Call
orúkọ
upon
olúwa
your God.
ọlọ́run rẹ, ké pe olúwa
All
rẹ.
of us were calling upon our God.
Gbogbo
All
wa
of us
sì
were
ké pe
calling upon
orúkọ
our
olúwa wa.
God. To call upon your God.
Ìwọ
Call
náà
upon
pe
your God.
olúwa tiẹ̀.
Please help us. Call upon your God. Call
Jọ̀ọ́
upon
bá
your
wa
God.
pe olúwa
He
tiẹ̀.
who knew the problem,
Ẹni tó mọ ìdí
he
ìṣòro.
also knew the
Ó
solution.
dẹ̀ mọ ojútùú.
But he was not willing to pay the
Ṣùgbọ́n kò ṣetán
sacrifice.
láti ṣe ìrúbọ.
Until they brought him out by revelation.
Àfìgbà tí ìran
That there are times, maybe one of the reasons why we are here and praying
bóyá ìdí tá a fi wà bí tá a
is a
gbàdúrà.
revelation from God
Ìran látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run
to
ní ìran
reveal who he
láti fi
is,
hàn
or
tó jẹ́
the forces behind,
àti àwọn ipá tó
or
bẹ
the
lẹ́yìn
power behind.
àti agbára tó wà lẹ́yìn.
And at times,
Ìgbà míì
you don't pity the sea, you don't pity the man.
ò ní bá
The
ọkùnrin
only
yẹn káàánú.
solution is to throw them in.
Ojútùú ni pé kò sọ wọ́n sómi.
The Bible says, even when they knew
Nígbà tí wọ́n tiẹ̀ ti wá mọ̀
that it was the issue,
pé òun gan ni
they
wàhálà.
still wanted to keep him alive
Wọ́n fẹ́ ìjẹ́ kó wà láàyè
because
síbẹ̀.
of humanitarian feeling.
Nítorí bí wọ́n ṣe nìmọ̀ lára
They
pé ènìyàn
wanted
ni.
to keep him alive.
Wọ́n fẹ́ rí i pé kò
Inú
tú.
ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá bí ìjì.
The storm was
Wípé
angry.
ńgbà tẹ̀tẹ̀ tí wá
Now
mọ̀.
that you have now known the source.
Ó ti sọ pé òun ni problem.
He said it's the
Ó
problem.
tún ti sọ pé òun ni solution.
He said it's the solution.
Ẹ̀dẹ̀ tó wá ń pa mọ́.
And you want to hide him
Because they
again?
thought they could try a bit.
Wọ́n
They
ní
thought they
káwọn
should move it a
gbìyànjú.
bit. The Bible says ìjì yẹn wá bínú
And the
jù.
storm was boisterous.
And Jonah said,
And Jonah said,
ìjì yìí ò ní dákẹ́.
this storm will not stop.
Tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá jù mí
If you
síbẹ̀.
don't throw me inside it.
At times,
Ìgbà míì
if what you will lose will be more.
tí wọn tó bá máa pàdánù bá máa pọ̀.
Sentiment does not answer to the journey of destiny.
Pé kó máa ní
Sentiment is not a key.
kì í ṣe pé kó máa faradà ọ̀ kó máa fari ẹran.
Relationship must
Pé
go.
ìbáṣepọ̀ yẹn pé ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni mi lè jẹ́ kí lè lọ.
Business relationship must go.
Ìbádọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ nínú okòwò ni.
Certain things must go.
Àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan gbọ́dọ̀ lọ.
Separation must be without sentiment.
O gbúdọ̀ lè yára ẹ̀ sọ́tọ̀ kúrò lọ́dẹ nìyẹn láì ṣe pé o máa
I
káàánú.
listened to Babangida directly myself on YouTube.
Mo fetí gbọ́ ọ lẹ́nu Babangida
One
fúnra mi
of the
lórí YouTube.
account of the leaders that pioneered the civil war.
Nínú àwọn tó ṣe agbátẹrù.
Babangida read, and they said there was no successful coup, that he was not there.
Wọ́n ní kò sí
Tẹ́
bó
bá
ṣe
dẹ̀
ṣe
wá
lè
rí
sáwọn
ẹni
ọ̀gá wọn tí
kù
kò
tó
sọ
bá
pé wà.
fail,
Èyí tó bá ti kùnà.
wọn ò pè sí ni.
They didn't call him to it.
Because he's an expert and a specialist in coup. Kò sí kankan tí ó wà tí ó kò succeed.
There's none that he was involved that did not succeed.
Only the master schemer, only the brain, only the originator, only the source and
Òun
design.
ni orísun tó máa ń gbé tó máa ṣe jáde fún wọn.
But ó wá sọ pé
He now said.
in the history of his life,
Nínú ìtàn ayé ẹ̀,
what shook him in the military career,
ohun tó mí
that
nínú
he
ìrìn
will
àjò
never forget
ológun
till death,
tí ò ní gbàgbé títí ikú òfìdé
never will he forget it in a jiffy,
tí ò dẹ̀ ní gbàgbé ní àárín ìṣẹ́jú kan.
was Gideon Orka's coup.
Okay, Gideon Orka.
I get it, Gideon Orka's coup. He said he was in this Dodan barrack
Ó wà nínú ọ̀dà Barak.
and he was playing draft
Ó wá ń fi ayò ṣeré
with Conan Bako,
pẹ̀lú Kọ́nẹ́ Bako.
his best friend.
Ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ tímọ́tímọ́.
His best friend.
Ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ tímọ́tímọ́.
They were playing draft
Wọ́n ṣe eré ayò.
until 5 minutes to 12 when it was the D time.
Ìgbà tó di ìṣẹ́jú márùn-ún sí ìgbà tó máa lọ
And when
gbéṣẹ́
it was
ṣe.
5 minutes to 12,
Ìgbà tó kù ìṣẹ́jú márùn-ún kágo méjìlá òru.
Bako himself said, Otito ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lọ.
Bako says enough, let's go.
So they retreated to their rooms.
Wọ́n wá padà lọ sí yàrá
It
wọn.
was exactly 12.
Ìgbà tó di aago méjìlá
I say by that time,
láago méjìlá
wọ́n ti
yẹn,
pa gbogbo àwọn guards tó wà níta.
they kill all the guys outside.
All the military setups, gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní Dodan barrack, gbogbo
people
àwọn
at Dodan
wọ́n
barrack,
ti pa gbogbo, they were throwing them
killed
inside
them.
the city, inside that lagoon, they were
Wọ́n
throwing
ti
them
jù
there.
wọ́n sínú
So they
lagoon.
jumped fence.
Wọ́n wá fo odi.
He said, Tomba, unfortunately only for the first time, àtọmọ ẹ̀ àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ àti gbogbo náà wà nílé lọ́jọ́ yẹn.
All of them together with them were
He
the house.
said, if I check all the rooms, all the sitting, all
Tí
the
bá wo
door,
gbogbo yàrá
there were
báyìí,
bullets. Bullets.
Àwọn ta
He
ìbọn.
said it shook him to his bone.
ó mì í
His
dé egungun.
best friend.
Ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ tímọ́tímọ́.
They said the last knife that killed Julius Caesar was from Brutus. That he was still strong
Bó ti lágbára jù
until
pé
Brutus gave a jab here.
àfìgbà tán tó gun lọ́rùn.
And he said, "Et tu, Brutus, and you too?
Ìwọ náà
There
lọ́wọ́ sí.
are people with hidden knives,
Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n ní ọ̀bẹ tó tọ́jú.
but they don't stab enemies. They don't stab enemies.
Wọn ò ní gún ọ̀tá.
They don't stab enemies.
Wọn ò ní gún ọ̀tá.
He said, if not for Raji Rasaki and the late Duan
Ó ní
Abacha
kí n bá ń ṣe Rájí Rasaki
that
àti Abacha
stood up to corner them at third mainland here,
tó dìde tó
and another came from the backside
tẹ́lòmíì tún wá látọwọ́ ẹ̀yìn.
because they knew the design of the Dodan barrack.
Wọ́n mọ bí a ṣe ṣe
So
dọ̀dá
they
bàrà.
opened, they said there was a room in his, there was a door in his room. Teba Shiba.
Ilẹ̀kùn kan wà
Oh my
báyìí
God, they
tó
see
máa ṣí
tunnel.
ìwé
Right under that tunnel,
under that tunnel.
there's a 504.
Fúnfọ̀ kan
So I
ti
want to
dúró.
sọ fún pé kó ṣí, kó
They said
gba
she
ibẹ̀
open
yẹn
it and pass through that tunnel.
because they didn't cut off the telephone. That was how he said Rasaki will be a governor and this one will be a president. They signed a bond
Wọ́n jọ fọwọ́ sí
for what they did to help him.
fóun tí wọ́n ṣe láti ràn án lọ́wọ́ sálà.
If you trust people too much,
Tó o bá gbọ́kànlé èèyàn jù,
the Bible says you will live in dry ground.
o máa gbé ní ilẹ̀ gbígbẹ.
May God bless you.